stop and listen closely. January 17th is not random. This day stands between desire and destiny, between intention and direction. Energy shifts here, quietly, precisely, permanently. Many pass through unaware, yet outcomes ahead are shaped here. This moment decides movement. This moment redirects flow. Life responds to alignment, not effort alone. Wealth follows the same principle. When inner posture changes, outer reality responds. January 17th amplifies this law. This message reveals why this day functions as a turning key, a subtle threshold where inner order becomes outer momentum. Small internal adjustments today redirect financial paths ahead. No force, no chase, only alignment. Most people rush through this date repeating patterns. Noise dominates awareness. Attention scatters. The opening closes unnoticed. Today rewards clarity, order, respect for energy. Calm decisions carry weight now. This video uncovers unseen mechanics behind financial openings, timing before action, silence before movement, direction before speed. Ancient discipline teaches this clearly. Wrong timing drains strength. Correct timing multiplies results with less effort. Remain present until the final moments. A simple realignment shared later seals awareness into motion. Without it, momentum fades. This knowledge works only through attention. No superstition exists here. Only principles tested through observation, discipline, and stillness. The same laws monks follow for mastery govern stability, resources, and abundance. January 17th responds to posture of mind. Calm opens space. Order invites flow. Restlessness blocks paths. Welcome to Shaolin Divine Flow. This channel stands for inner strength, aligned living, and disciplined abundance. Subscribe and walk this path with us. Understand this clearly. Money never moves randomly. It moves through structure. A financial portal is not magic. It is alignment in motion. When thoughts settle, actions sharpen, and timing locks into place, pathways appear quietly but inevitably. Most people search for luck and overlook order. Money responds to coherence. Inner chaos creates hesitation. Clarity invites movement. When the mind is scattered, results scatter. When intention becomes focused, direction forms, and money finally knows where to go. Alignment begins internally. Thought patterns shape decisions. Decisions shape actions. Clean thinking leads to clean movement. Not rushed effort, but precise action. One correct step carries more power than many desperate ones. Portals respond to accuracy, not struggle. Timing completes the circuit. Even the right action fails at the wrong moment. Nature proves this. Without exception, seeds planted outside their season do not grow. Money follows the same law. When timing aligns, resistance dissolves and flow begins. When clear thought, disciplined action, and correct timing meet, life responds. Opportunities surface without force. Connections form naturally. Resources arrive through channels never planned. This shift explains why some move forward with ease while others remain stuck. The difference is not worthiness. It is alignment. A portal opens when readiness is recognized. Readiness is not desire. It is order, responsibility, respect for flow. Money enters systems that can hold it. Clarity creates the container. Discipline strengthens it. Timing unlocks the gate. Alignment sends a signal stronger than effort, faster than wishing, and calmer than fear. This moment responds to internal structure. Adjust the structure, and pathways respond. January 17th carries a different weight. Not because of superstition, but because of position. Mid-month acts as a correction point. Energy pauses to observe movement. Direction matters here. The universe does not respond to desire. It responds to motion. Early days of the month carry intention. Plans form. Promises are made. By the middle, patterns reveal themselves. Action shows truth. Hesitation becomes visible. January 17th reflects back what is being practiced, not what is being hoped for. This day exposes alignment. Momentum either strengthens or fractures. Small adjustments made now prevent larger resistance later. Ignored signals become delays. Awareness becomes acceleration. Action holds more power than words today. Quiet discipline outweighs loud intention. One intentional decision corrects an entire path. This is why stillness matters now. Silence allows recognition. Recognition allows correction. Clean one financial space. Order restores clarity. Confusion blocks movement. Clarity opens channels. Even small acts of organization speak loudly to energy. Money recognizes responsibility before arrival. Speech carries consequence today. Complaints amplify lack. Gratitude stabilizes flow. Respectful language toward resources strengthens trust between effort and reward. Leaks must close now. Draining habits, unnecessary expenses, scattered focus. Energy escapes where awareness weakens. Portals resist open systems. Stability attracts continuation. Avoid comparison. Another path distracts from correction. Speed does not matter here. Direction does. Slowing down recalibrates movement. Rushing multiplies error. Detach from outcome. Fixation tightens resistance. Trust expands reception. Allowing creates space for unexpected support. Stillness holds power on this day. A few quiet minutes reset internal posture. Internal posture directs external response. Speak permission calmly. Readiness invites response. Alignment confirms access. January 17th responds to clarity in motion. Energy watches behavior. Movement shapes outcome. Prayer sets permission. Action opens access. Both are required for financial movement. Permission without action stays potential. Action without permission stays heavy. When both move together, flow begins naturally. Prayer aligns intention. It softens resistance. It tells life that readiness exists. Yet life waits for proof. Proof appears through action. Even the smallest step confirms sincerity. Begin with one clear action. Clean a financial space. A wallet, a list, a message left unanswered. Order signals responsibility. Responsibility attracts continuation. Money enters where it can stay. Next, watch behavior. How money is treated now determines how much arrives later. Respect grows flow. Neglect slows it. Speak about resources with calm, not frustration. Language shapes relationship. Close one leak. Leaks drain energy before results appear. Subscriptions forgotten. Habits repeated without awareness. Scattered focus. Stability forms when leaks close. Portals resist open drains. Simplicity carries power. One disciplined choice today outweighs weeks of scattered effort. Precision beats pressure. Calm beats force. Detach from control. Obsession tightens resistance. Trust relaxes pathways. Money often enters through routes unplanned. Allow space for surprise. Stillness matters here. A few quiet minutes reset internal direction. No noise, no urgency. Stillness recalibrates decisions that affect weeks ahead. Speak permission with clarity, not desperation, not demand. Calm certainty opens more than force ever could. Readiness communicates through tone. Avoid rushing today. Speed without direction multiplies error. Slowing reveals correction. Correction saves time later. Avoid comparison. Another path distracts alignment. Focus restores momentum. Energy responds to behavior, not promises, not wishes. Movement confirms belief. Belief guides outcome. Small actions today shift larger outcomes tomorrow. Direction locks in now. Begin with one simple act. Clean one financial space. Not everything, just one. A wallet, a banking app, a list of bills, a record of debts. Clarity invites flow, and flow begins where attention is placed. Disorder confuses energy. Money avoids confusion. When numbers hide, stress grows. When things are visible, control returns. Seeing the full picture removes fear. Fear blocks movement. Awareness restores authority. Touch the space calmly. No judgment, no panic, just honesty. This action tells life that responsibility exists. Responsibility attracts trust. Trust attracts opportunity. Then observe how money is spoken about. Words carry weight. Complaints weaken connection. Respect strengthens it. Money responds to relationship, not emotion. Speak of it as a tool, not a burden. Close one leak. Only one. A subscription no longer used. a habit that drains resources, an expense tied to distraction. Leaks quietly cancel progress. Closing one restores momentum immediately. Simplicity matters. One focused correction carries more power than many intentions. Precision creates stability. Stability invites growth. Detach from how results will appear. Fixation tightens resistance. Allowing creates space. Unexpected support arrives where control releases. Stillness supports clarity. Pause briefly. Breathe. Let urgency pass. Calm decisions carry further reach than rushed ones. Direction forms in silence. Speak permission internally, calmly, clearly, not as a plea, as acknowledgement of readiness. Tone matters. Certainty opens more than force. Avoid rushing today. Speed without awareness multiplies error. Slowing corrects trajectory. Corrected movement saves time later. Avoid comparison. Another path distracts alignment. Focus strengthens signal. Signal directs response. Energy follows behavior. One ordered space reflects internal discipline. Discipline attracts continuation. Continuation leads to expansion. This moment responds to structure. Structure invites flow. Listen to your language. Money hears tone before numbers. How money is spoken about decides how money responds. Respect builds relationship. Frustration creates distance. Many speak to money with anger, with fear, with blame. These emotions push it away. Money is a neutral force. It flows toward clarity, stability, and calm direction. When language carries resentment, flow slows. Begin changing words internally. Replace pressure with neutrality. Replace lack with observation. Simple shifts reshape connection. Language trains the mind. The mind directs action. Action determines outcome. Speak money as a tool, not as an enemy. Tools respond to skill, not emotion. Skill grows through patience and awareness. Awareness strengthens control. Avoid declaring shortage. Declarations become identity. Identity directs behavior. Behavior shapes results. Quiet respect attracts more than loud frustration ever will. Gratitude stabilizes movement. Even small appreciation restores balance. Balance invites continuation. Money remains where it is valued. Close conversations that drain energy. Complaints repeated strengthen stagnation. Silence often serves better than reaction. Silence resets direction. Detach self-worth from numbers. Numbers change. Worth remains. When worth is tied to money, fear controls decisions. Fear blocks clarity. Clarity opens pathways. Speak boundaries clearly. Money needs direction. Direction removes confusion. Confusion delays arrival. Clear boundaries guide flow efficiently. Stillness supports respectful language. Pausing before speaking prevents damage. Calm speech carries power. Power attracts response. Trust builds through consistency. Respect shown repeatedly creates reliability. Reliability invites growth. Energy responds to tone. Tone shapes experience. Experience reinforces belief. Belief guides movement. Today magnifies language. Words spoken now settle deeper. Choose calm. Choose respect. Choose clarity. This shift happens quietly. No force. No announcement. Just a refined relationship adjusting direction. Focus now on one leak. One old financial leak. Subscriptions forgotten. Habits repeated without awareness. Energy drained through careless spending. Portals do not open where leaks exist. Flow cannot enter a system that loses it. Identify one source. It does not need to be large. Small leaks matter just as much. A single unchecked habit quietly blocks momentum. Closing it signals readiness. It tells the universe that energy will be preserved, directed, and respected. Be honest with yourself. No excuses. No delay. The act of closure carries more power than wishing for abundance. Action confirms intention. Action sets motion. Motion opens doors that words alone cannot reach. Remove the habit or drain calmly. Avoid tension. Energy moves where attention flows. Attention now focuses on containment, order, and direction. Stability grows in space created by closure. Momentum begins to return. Observe results internally. A subtle shift appears almost immediately. Space is created. Mind clarity increases. Decisions sharpen. Even small gains build confidence. Confidence reinforces action. Action deepens flow. Next, maintain awareness. One leak closed today prevents multiple losses tomorrow. Discipline compounds silently. Repeated attention to leaks strengthens the system. Energy stabilizes. Portals respond faster to readiness than to desire. Detach from outcomes. Closing a leak does not guarantee instant reward. It guarantees preparation. Preparation allows alignment. Alignment invites opportunity. Without it, even perfect action may stumble. Stillness reinforces the closure. Pause after each act. Breathe. Let clarity settle. Let the system adjust internally before taking the next step. Even silence communicates readiness. Respect the process. Money recognizes boundaries, not demand. Energy responds to integrity, not panic. Integrity builds receptivity. Receptivity opens pathways. This one step, small yet precise, shifts momentum. One leak closed now strengthens flow tomorrow. Energy begins to return, ready to move where it is guided. Portals quietly respond to the order established here. Notice this truth. Small actions carry power beyond their size. Money follows order, not noise. Even tiny discipline signals readiness. The universe notices precision, attention, and consistency far more than grand gestures done in haste. A single organized step creates a ripple. One bill paid on time, one habit corrected, one decision made calmly. Each action communicates stability. Stability attracts flow. Flow responds faster to structure than to desire. Discipline, no matter how small, reinforces internal alignment. A short moment of clarity, a simple correction, a mindful choice, all of these accumulate. Momentum grows quietly. Soon what began as a minor action expands into noticeable change. Tiny actions teach the mind to recognize opportunity. They train attention to detect pathways others overlook. Habits shape energy. Energy directs outcomes. One small, deliberate step today can trigger results that seem disproportionate tomorrow. Consistency compounds silently. A week of small corrections reshapes direction. A month of mindful attention strengthens containers for wealth, stability, and growth. The universe matches readiness with resources, and readiness is shown in small, repeatable acts. Avoid underestimating subtlety. Large efforts without order scatter results. Small acts with purpose consolidate them. Precision matters more than speed. Calm focus matters more than frantic desire. Flow follows systems, not struggle. Detach from immediate results. The visible effect is often delayed, but the signal has already been sent. Each small disciplined act builds momentum under the surface. Timing amplifies its impact. Preparedness meets opportunity quietly and powerfully. Stillness after action solidifies influence. Pause. Reflect. Let the mind integrate the step taken. This amplifies its effect beyond measure. Small actions are never wasted. Even tiny attention to order resonates far beyond the moment. Energy notices readiness, alignment, and respect. Portals respond to precision, and small, disciplined steps today unlock larger, unforeseen outcomes tomorrow. Release control completely. Detach from how it will come. Fixation on method, timing, or source blocks the natural flow of energy. The more the mind insists on a specific path, the more opportunity is resisted. True movement requires space. Space allows surprise. Space invites abundance that could never have been imagined. Trust replaces tension. Trust does not rush. Trust does not demand. It observes, aligns, and receives. Income often arrives in unexpected forms, through doors never opened before, connections never considered, or opportunities unnoticed until readiness is established. The universe rewards flexibility, not rigidity. Let go of attachment to outcome. Focus on preparation and alignment. Small actions, respect, and discipline build the container. Once the container is ready, the way forward appears naturally. Trying to force the route ahead only collapses momentum. Trust preserves it. Detach from expectation, but remain alert. Opportunity is subtle. It whispers rather than shouts. It appears where attention meets action, not where worry dominates. Silence and observation sharpen perception. Calm readiness allows recognition. Abundance does not always arrive immediately. Its timing is precise. Premature desire often blocks entry. Patience is part of strategy. It is not passive, it is disciplined receptivity. Every moment of stillness strengthens the system. Every pause strengthens flow. Do not underestimate the power of allowing. Let energy move without interference. Avoid micromanaging outcomes. The mind that trusts multiplies effects far beyond what effort alone can achieve. Action without expectation carries a purity that opens doors instantly. Focus on readiness, not route. Prepare your space, align your thoughts, correct leaks, speak with respect, and act with clarity. Once this is done, the universe delivers in its own perfect way. Surprises arise when the mind steps back, and what seems impossible becomes inevitable. Trust becomes the signal that draws resources. Fixation blocks pathways. Release, align, and allow, and abundance flows naturally through portals already prepared for its arrival. Silence holds power beyond noise. On January 17th, stillness becomes more than rest. It becomes a tool. One quiet moment recalibrates decisions. It realigns direction. It allows clarity to surface where chaos once ruled. The mind, distracted by movement and chatter, often misses subtle guidance. Stillness reveals it. Pause deliberately, sit or stand quietly. Breathe deeply, feel the space between thoughts. That space is where insight gathers. It is where intuition communicates what action carries weight and what is simply distraction. Decisions made in this clarity move energy, not just effort. Stillness slows perception just enough to notice what matters. Missteps previously overlooked become visible. Opportunities previously hidden become clear. January 17th responds to inner posture. Calm focus signals readiness. Noise signals confusion. Energy flows toward the prepared, not the frantic. During this quiet, review one financial space internally. Reflect on clarity achieved, leaks closed, and language refined. Let gratitude rise silently for the steps already taken. Each acknowledgement reinforces alignment. Each pause amplifies momentum. Stillness is also a shield. It protects decisions from impulsive reactions. It prevents the mind from forcing outcomes prematurely. When motion meets reflection, action gains precision. When reflection meets motion, results magnify. This is why January 17th favors those who can sit with themselves, even briefly, and let clarity guide the next move. Allow energy to settle. Allow timing to synchronize. Even a single moment of true silence communicates readiness to the universe. Patterns shift subtly. Doors open quietly. Pathways appear without strain. One small pause today has the power to redirect weeks ahead. Internal alignment achieved in silence reflects externally. Every breath taken intentionally reinforces control. Every quiet thought reinforces clarity. Momentum builds invisibly, yet powerfully, through these moments. Stillness is not emptiness. It is preparation. It is a signal. It is a realignment. On January 17th, it becomes the bridge between intention and the movement that brings abundance. Words carry weight. When spoken with clarity, they seal energetic contracts. A declaration is not a wish. It is permission given with authority. It tells life that readiness exists and resistance can release. Speak slowly, calmly, without force. Tone matters more than volume. Desperation weakens signal. Certainty strengthens it. The universe responds to grounded confidence, not emotional demand. Declare readiness to receive. Not greed, not excess. Only what can be managed with discipline and respect. Money listens to responsibility before arrival. Words spoken in alignment confirm capacity. Let each sentence come from stillness. Speak as one who expects movement, not as one who pleads. Expectation anchored in calm creates a stable channel. Stability invites continuation. Declarations also clarify boundaries. State what no longer drains energy. State what behavior ends. Clear boundaries protect flow. Protection allows growth. Repeat words with presence. Repetition without awareness carries no power. Presence activates intention. Intention directs outcome. Spoken clarity organizes internal systems. Organized systems attract resources. Avoid exaggeration. Avoid impatience. Precision strengthens effect. Simple statements hold more power than dramatic ones. Truth resonates faster than performance. Declarations anchor belief into behavior. Once spoken, action must follow. Words unsupported by movement dissolve. Movement supported by words multiplies effect. Energy listens when alignment exists. Alignment is honesty. Speak only what you are prepared to uphold. Integrity keeps pathways open. Allow silence after speaking. Do not rush into distraction. Silence seals the contract. Stillness lets energy adjust to new direction. These words do not control arrival. They prepare reception. Preparation accelerates timing. Timing unlocks access. Spoken permission shifts internal posture. Posture directs external response. Direction locks in now. Energy responds to clarity expressed aloud. Today requires awareness. Complaining steals energy. Rushing scatters focus. Comparing your path to others collapses momentum before it can even begin. Each of these habits quietly blocks the flow you have worked to create. Instead, remain calm. Move with clarity. Honor the steps you have taken. Pause. Breathe. Reflect on alignment. Trust that the small, disciplined actions you've taken today are already shifting energy in your favor. Allow space for abundance to arrive in forms that may surprise you. If this message resonates, show your support. Like the video and subscribe to our channel Shaolin Divine Flow so you can continue walking this path of clarity, discipline, and aligned abundance. Remember, every moment of intentional action, every pause in stillness, and every word spoken with integrity carries power. January 17th is a doorway. Step through it with calm, confidence, and trust, and watch the flow of opportunity open quietly yet profoundly in your life.